Hi, welcome to CVG's review of Far Cry 3 Blood Dragon. I'm Tim Weaver. I'm here with our reviewer, Ben Griffin. Hello, Ben.
How's it going?
Good. So, straight off the bat, guns. It looks like Far Cry 3 in the sense that it's got guns and explosions, Ben, but it doesn't look like Far Cry 3 in the sense that it looks like Blade Runner.
It does look like Blade Runner.
Give us a sense of Blood Dragon.
Well, it's basically like a retro look at the open world formula. It's like a Far Cry 3 template, but it's like a kind of skin swap, pastiching kind of 80s action movies and a Mega Drive aesthetic. Everything's radical, everything's neon. Yeah. And
what do you think about in terms of it comparing, when you compare it and contrast it with Far Cry 3? Is it literally just a skin swap, or have they actually introduced some new kind of gameplay elements into it?
Well, there's a whole new island to explore, a massive open world island full of garrisons, animals to kill, mercenaries. These are cyborgs rather than actual humans. Their heads explode into sparks. Basically it's the Far Cry template, but a whole different story bolted on top of that.
And not the sort of animals you got in Far Cry 3, obviously.
No, these are blood dragons.
Okay.
Titular blood dragons, and they shoot lasers out their eyes. They're really tough, actually, but it's kind of a good deal they're tough because you're tough as well. You're Michael Biehn from the Terminator fame.
That's not his character's name, obviously.
No, his character's Colonel Rex Power Colt.
It's a good name, good 80s name. Okay, so you descend into this world. The island you said is different. Is it completely different? Because you also said it was a skin swap. So is the island an island from Far Cry 3?
Oh no, the island's totally new.
Okay.
What I mean by skin swap is like animals behave the same, enemies behave the same. They just look different. Weapons as well. But yeah, the island's totally new.
Okay, so do any of these new any of this new aesthetics? Do they bring anything new to the party, or is it that people who are already very familiar with Far Cry 3 will be immediately at home with Blood Dragon?
Yeah, it does play remarkably similar under all the different visuals. Like you see the cyber shark here. That's the same animation as in Far Cry 3. There are a few new kind of touches, like when you've got a healing animation, when you kind of dig a bullet out of your arm, rather than do that because Rex is a cyborg. He's digging a bullet out of his arm to disprove my point, but he's got some new ones like that little robot arm there. He's kind of fixing it.
Okay,
stuff like that.
So it doesn't sound like it's like a massive, although it looks like such a sea change for the game. It doesn't sound like to play it's a massive sea change. So what about it appeals to you and made you give it kind of the score you did?
Well, for starters, you don't need Far Cry 3 to play this. It's not DLC. It's a totally new expansion. So you pay your £12 or whatever it is, and you have a whole new island, loads of missions, optional missions as well, collectibles to get. Like you have to retrieve VHS tapes and TVs, and you unlock new weapons, and you can upgrade these weapons. So you can add quadruple barrels to your shotguns and stuff that you wouldn't necessarily find in Far Cry 3 because it's a bit more grounded. And plus, blood dragons.
Blood dragons again. But I guess some people might be looking at this thinking, okay, it's very dark. What I liked about Far Cry was the sun-kissed islands.
Yeah, I mentioned this in my review. It's not as inviting as the Rook Islands from Far Cry 3. It's the red sky's permanent. It never gets sunny. It's a bit darker, but I guess that's the aesthetics they're going for. It's that kind of retro 80s kind of thing.
Now you gave it low 80s, which suggests you still really liked the game. There was loads in it you loved, but it suggests also that there were maybe some things that you didn't. Why don't you talk to us a bit about that?
Yeah, you definitely get your value for money, but there were some bits that I didn't quite like. Towards the end, it got a bit repetitive. There's this one arena where enemies just come at you. They don't seem to have AI. They just sprint at you like a bit like Painkiller. All the best bits in Far Cry 3, like the base clearing and all that, goes out the window a bit. And there are a lot of missions take place in like these kind of steel underground complexes, which is a bit of a shame given you've got a massive open world. But yeah, there were, by and large, it's definitely a game worth money. Your money.
Worth money. Excellent. Thank you, Ben.
bye.